what's up guys, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here on my channel, my name is Alison. I do a lot of fashion, beauty, lifestyle related videos on my channel. If you guys are into those, make sure to click the subscribe button down below and also click that ring button so you get a notification whenever I upload a new video on my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we are going to talk about the best makeup item that I've used, and it becomes my staple makeup routine used so far in this year of 2022. So if you guys are interested on what are the best foundation and concealer, then let's go on watching. Alright, just a little background about my skin type before we start this. So I do have oily texture, acne prone skin, everything you can name of, and during the summertime, I get a lot more oily, and during the wintertime, I'm more to the normal skin type. So this all item, it works for me throughout the summer to winter season, and I will specify and let you know what the items are. So I'm gonna go into the base item and then move on to the foundation, concealer, to the rest of the makeup items. So first off, primer. This year, I've been really loving only one primer, and this is the most expensive primer that I've owned, and that is why I want to finish this up before it goes expire, and that has become my favorite of the year. This is the Sisley Double Tints Serum Primer, and I know this is like a 200 bucks primer, and a little goes a long way. This is what it looks like. It's more like a serum finishing. And the reason it doesn't have serum or primer on the name, it's because this is more like a, I would say more like a skincare item. It kind of just like infused into your skin and kind of give you that really nice like natural finish. But at the same time, once the primer is dried down, it kind of gives you a little bit of a tacky finish. So this is something that I like to use the most during the winter time because how easy it applies to your skin. It's very smooth, but at the same time it locks into everything you put it on top, and it does have a really luxury smell on the Sisley product. So but again, this has been my favorite primer of the year, this 2022. And then moving on to concealer, and before concealer, I like to use my Becca under eye brightener in light to medium shade. I finished this jar already, but basically this is like a salmon color, kind of correct your dark circle, brighten out your under eye area before you put into your primer. A little goes a long way. I would say one jar, it will last me for 6 to 8 months, depends how often you do your makeup, but this is something that I must have in my collection, and I'm already on my 3rd jar, so I do highly recommend this. So this is again the McGRATH concealer. Nothing new. If you watch my YouTube channel, you know this has been my holy grail. I'm in the shade e.l.f. This is something that I use all season from summer to winter time. It gives me the perfect coverage, but at the same time it's not too dry, but it's not too moisture in a way. So just FYI, this is what the texture looks like. It kind of gives you that very nice coverage. At the same time, it's blendable, but once it's set into your skin, it really just sink into your skin, doesn't move around. So I do highly recommend this concealer if you have a similar skin type. And the next concealer is more of a drugstore item. I like to put in some expensive and then the drugstore item alternative. So this is from e.l.f. 16 Hours Camo Concealer. I would say this product, it's kind of similar to the Tarte Shape Tape because first off, the product itself, it's kind of similar, but at the same time, it gives you that really, I would say kind of like a matte finish, like a Tarte Shape Tape, but at the same time gives you that really nice coverage. I'm in the shade light beige, and this is something that I like to use more during the summertime. But if I'm running out of what I have right now, this would be something that I'll be using during the winter time as well. So this gives you the coverage. It just dries down very quickly with this concealer, so you do have to move quicker than the McGRATH. But another concealer that I use it as a foundation when I'm in a rush. I don't think I use this for concealer just because of the shade. It's a little too dark for my like. So this is the Hourglass Concealer in the shade Fawn. And also I love the doe foot applicator. It's really easy to apply. The only thing with this is because the color doesn't match with my current skin tone right now. So I use this as a foundation, a really quick kind of like a touch up. Or recently I have been having a lot of redness on my face. This is something that I use to cover up all the redness, kind of like dab it on top. It just gives me the coverage very nicely. You guys can see it cover up very nicely right away, but it also dries down in more of a matte finish, which is perfect for my skin tone. Some of the day, if I don't want to put on like a foundation, I'll be using this, dab it around to the area that I need coverage. This would be something that I use almost daily when I'm going to work, when I'm in a rush. And I'll just put this on and then dab it with my sponge or use my finger to dab it in to give me like a second layer of coverage or just like a quick makeup look. So recently I've been really, again, loving this item just for a quick fix on my face. So now moving on to foundation. Foundation, I have 3 choices up here throughout the year. And if you guys can see this bottle, I rarely finish a foundation this quick, but this has been the foundation that I am using quite a lot in this summertime. This is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Longwear High Cover Foundation. It has an SPF of 25, and I like this foundation during the summertime because it stays more of a matte finish. I'm in the shade 4.5. So with this foundation, it really just blends in easily. It gives me the right coverage and it dries down like a matte finish, which is again perfect for the summertime season. But recently I've been trying to finish this foundation just because I have been having this for a while and I don't want it to go to waste and expired. So this has been my favorite foundation in the summertime. And there is a time that I did break out a lot. My skin, it just going through a lot of breakout and getting better, and then after a few weeks I'll have a huge breakout again. So this is like the whole process that I've been going through throughout this year. And the only thing that it works for my redness, my acne, the coverage that I need is this e.l.f. Makiage After Party Next Gen Full Coverage Foundation. And this foundation, I believe I haven't talked about it on my YouTube channel, but this is something that I use it just for the spot area that I need the full coverage, because this is a very full coverage foundation and I only need it on the area that I need it for my blemishes and the dark spot that I need to cover. This would be a good choice for you, and I do highly recommend to get this foundation over, I believe the bottle one is more of a popular. This is like a Woke Up Like This flawless base foundation, but I personally like this foundation a little bit more just because of the coverage, and also I love it in the tube finish. It's easy to travel with, and also it does all the job of covering all the blemishes that I need for my skin. So I would say this is my lifesaver during this blemishes time of the year that I need the coverage. This will be my go-to. And the next foundation, nothing new, which is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I've used this since my New York trip in October, and I've been using this non-stop during this fall winter time. It's perfect for this time for my oily skin because I don't get as oily, and it truly gives me that medium to full coverage. It got me surprised because with the name Soft Light, it's kind of more towards to dry skin and lightweight finish, but I'm surprised it gave me that medium to full coverage, and it's perfect for my skin tone during the winter time. Next item, this is also nothing new, L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hours Wear Compact Foundation. I only bring this with me when I need my touch up, or if I'm doing a lot of like summer Water Sport, I'll be using this foundation because it is waterproof. I tested out in one of my foundation review. You guys can check the link up here, but this has been my go-to compact foundation, touch-up foundation with me whenever I travel, and it's really easy to carry around in the purse. So this has been my go-to, and I'm in the shade 120 Vanilla. Next item is a setting spray or setting mist. This is pretty popular. It's called Queen of Hungary Mist, and it's also quite expensive, but this thing, it truly works for me during the winter time when I get really dry. This would be the mist that I use throughout the day, or before I put my makeup or after I put my makeup. It really just sink into my skin. You feel the moisture. So I really have been loving this during the winter time, and you guys can tell I use this a lot. Alright, now moving on to contour. The only contour that I use during this year is from Patrick Ta. A little goes a long way. This is their Creme contour, and it's like the perfect shade for me. This is in the shade She's Sculpted, which is the shade in between the three of them, and I love this stuff. I recommend it with to a lot of friends and family, and also this is like my only contour that I used throughout this year, pairing with a brush like this. And I believe he also sell his version of the brush, can't say the word brush, but this angle brush, it works perfectly. This is what I use on my contour today. It really truly sculpted out the feature of my face, like slim down my face by a lot. So this is my favorite contour of the year. Moving on to loosening powder. Loosening powder, recently I've been loving this Rare Beauty, and I travel with it all the time because it has this little closure thing that you can dispose the loosening powder whenever you want, and it can close it up easily. So this is something that I like to travel with this kind of packaging. But the reason I love this setting powder in the light shade, because it truly just smooths out my skin. I do have large pores being as an oily skin girl, and it really just smooths out everything, and it looks like a soft future on my face. And not a lot of loosening powder does the job without like clogging your pores. So with this, it's very lightweight. It doesn't really feel like it clogging your pore, but at the same time, it gives you that blur finish. That's why I've been loving this loosening powder. Alright, now moving on to the brow products. I have two brow products that I want to recommend this year. It has been my MVP of the year. New Brow. This is from a brand from Japan, and New Born Brow. It's something that I have been really loving because of the 3-in-1 feature. It has this little like pomade little thing that it helps fill out the sparse of your brow area, and then the back. I love the spoolie on the back of the pencil. It's just like the fluffiest huge brush that it really brushed out my brow within 2 seconds. And also I love the color, the formula of this. So this has been my favorite of the brow pencil of the year. And also this, I remember I talked about it last year. This is Benefit Brow Microfilling Pen, and it has this little like brush finish with 3 brush head, and this is what it looks like when you draw it onto your brow. And this is like my must-have item because I use this to mimic my fake hair on the brow area, on the front of my brow, and this is the only thing that I use nowadays to mimic the fluffier brow look. And this is like the perfect color. It's not too bold finish. It's very natural. A little goes a long way. And I've been using this for about like 6 months, and it still have the ink in this product, which I really amazed about it. I'm gonna move on to mascara. This year I don't really put on a lot of mascara because of DIY eyelash extension that I've been talking about, using it for a long time. But whenever I need some foam on my eyelash, I'll be using this e.l.f. makiage. This is their black card lift curl lengthen mascara. This is truly something that it doesn't remove easily, and being someone that is very picky about eyeliner, concealer and mascara, you know I'm someone that has a very oily eyelid, and everything it would just take off easily. So if you have oily eyelid like I do, try this for yourself because it never takes off easily. And I try a lot of brand out there, and there is only a few brand that it works for my oily eye. And now moving on to the only one item blush that I've been using a lot this year, which is the Wear Beauty blush, and this is in the shade Bliss. So a little goes a long way, and I do have to warn you, don't put a lot because it would easily becomes really intense. So this is the shade what it looks like, and I do recommend blend it out or just dot it 1 or 2 dot on your face and then just blend it into your skin. The reason I like about this is because it's very, very, very natural finish, and a little goes a long way, and I just love how matte it just stay put onto your skin. It doesn't move around, and it gives you that most natural blush effect. So this has been something that I've been using a lot in this 2022. The last 4 lip item, and honestly this year I have not been using a lot of lip item just because I've been wearing masks, but whenever I do something that is very natural finish. So first item I want to recommend is this brand from Japan. This is called RMK, and you guys can see the blue tint finish with the shimmer in it. It's a very, very natural finish, glossy kind of lip product. As you can see, it has a very cool tone, but at the same time it's not sticky at all, and it looks very natural. I have been really into this kind of like glittery gloss finish. The next item here I also recommend it with to a lot of my friends. Charlotte Tilbury, it's called Refresh Rose. So this is what the packaging looks like. It has the pink tint with a little glitter on top. I love all the Charlotte Tilbury packaging, by the way, but this has been my favorite. And this is the one on the bottom. You can see the difference between the two. The top one has more of a cool finish. The bottom one is more of a pinky, natural gloss finish. But last but not least, this is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Butterscotch. You know this has been most popular color, and this is like my lip but better color that I love to use it in any occasion, and it's also very affordable. And then moving on to the last item here that I discovered recently. This is Makeup by Mario in the shade Honey Glow. The only downside is the packaging. If you squeeze it up too much, it won't go back down. So make sure to squeeze up the product whenever you will finish up. So this is what the color looks like. It's very natural finish. Also, this has been my go-to lately when I'm going to work, doing grocery shopping, or if I just need some juicy lip look. This would be my go-to color. Alright, that's a lot going on. I know this is a lot of makeup item, but the last item I want to recommend to you if you're always on the go, and if you do camping, traveling, or like snowboarding, that's basically my life, and you will need this. This is a travel size Bumble & Bumble BB powder. This is a dry shampoo, and it's in the travel size. It basically comes in this little squeezy bottle finish. You just have to dump it in onto your oily hair and wait it for a few seconds. It will absorb the oil. So this good thing about this is it doesn't have the errors, whatever it's called, like the spray that you can put it into your carry-on. Then this would be a very easy to travel with. It basically just all the powder on the inside. You just have to squeeze it out and dump the product onto your scalp. So this has been my go-to for this year whenever I go. So again, that is everything that I used during the year of 2022. This has become my favorite makeup item of the year. I love to discover makeup item for you guys. So these are all the items that I have been enjoy using it during the year of 2022, and also I want to share with you all with all the good stuff. So let me know in the comments down below, what are your favorite makeup item in the year of 2022? What is something that you want me to try out? Let me know that's something it's your best and I might try out for you all to review it on my channel. So with that being said, I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and if you guys like this, please give me a big thumbs up to support me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.
Wait in the morning, cake, that's the story.